servo de Roma, frios por natureza morta. Legalité pour mon père, s'il vous plaît. 1000 pra mim, 1000 pro select. Meilleur qu'hier, ma terre me manque, c'est ma place. E o velho sonho, viver em paz, com o necessário, sem ter demais. Ver demais, família.
Let's get this pet moose size up.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, this is their first time playing this squad so far this season. Last year, they had a winning record against it, going 2-1. And facing off tonight, two offenses that practically live behind the arc. Kenny, talk about the value of being able to hit the three consistently in today's game.
Well, before, back in the day, so to speak, it was just a tool you use. But now it's a very important tool to have in your toolbox, because now teams can't gear in on you. It spreads the floor. It makes defenders chase you all around. And there's not a lot of big guys, no more Shaquille O'Neals in the NBA. So you can play small ball.
I don't picture you as a guy who even has a toolbox.
You know what, Ernie?
I bet you can't fix anything around the house. I bet you're just like me.
My handyman,
yeah.
555-1212, he has the toolbox.
You know what, Ernie? At my size, I wanted scorers to come through me. With two guys I hated.
Hello?
And a view at dusk out over Temple Square in the entertainment district of City Creek here in Utah. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy inside Energy Solutions Arena. Jazz looking to please their fans in this Western Conference matchup. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year. They lost the season series last year, winning 1 and losing 2.
Yeah, and they lost the season series.
I am. I'm about to do it right now.
To this squad last time around, maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
They set the pick. Burke dishes to Hayward. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last.
Hello? It's me.
Inside, here's Torres, and fouled hard that time line and shoot 2. That one on Davis.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Hey, Eddie, how many shots you got to do to get the badge?
22-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. Hayward passes
That's
to Burke.
good. I could do that like 2 games.
No one near him. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard. Probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass. And guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation.
The Great's gone 2 of 3 from the field. Burke kicks to Favors. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Favors got his first bucket of the night.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke. Move the ball.
Now here's Freak. Burke covering from deep, and that one's good. Freak. The Great's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pelicans. Fires it up. Favors with the wide open look.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
Green
From long
bean.
range. One more from the Great.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Now here's Hayward. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. He used that pick just right.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Here's the Great. He's got 11. Burke with it. He feeds it to Burks. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I caught up with the head coach for Utah. Coach said that even though this is the first meeting of the year, he didn't expect there to be much of a feeling out period between the teams. He said, listen, we have a group of guys that can all score and do it in a hurry. I expect us to come right at them and test their defense early on. They'll definitely be on the attack, guys.
Thanks for filling us in there, Doris. Thank you so much. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And that's what typically drives them. So no big surprise there. They'll be expending most of their energy at the offensive end.
Well, I tell you what, they better save some of that energy for deep. I don't care how much you score. At some point, you got to stop some people, too.
Here's Torres. Nice ball movement by Utah. Davis with some nice D. New Orleans gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. And a wide open look for Freak. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. 14 points for Freak.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
I don't want us taking shots with
A
hands.
platoon swap here for
Move the ball, spread their defense, and get our shooters some clean looks.
Utah
Tighten
leading
up.
by 3. And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Burke, and it's Moody in at the 3 slot. Now here's Freak, and another 3 for New Orleans.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Burke with it, guarded by the Great. It's hauled in by Thomas. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Well, we don't think of point guards as rebounders necessarily, but here are the ones that have corralled the most boards in the last month of the NBA. Freak is second.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do.
And, Greg, I think it gives them an edge over most of their counterparts at the point guard spot. I mean, desire, attitude, and they really look to mix it up. They're not afraid to do anything to help their team's cause.
All right, well,
Because that man's name.
Have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
And stolen by Freak. Here's Fulton. Makes it off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now, here's Burke. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. Clock at 6. There's the pick. Off the pick. Some solid defense from the great.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Davis setting the pick for Freak. Out to the right wing. Vaughn. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Now it's a 4-point Pelican lead. And stolen by Freak. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Now here's Freak following the shot by Alec Burks. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
No.
Frank, that was definitely an effort play right there.
No.
You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position. Then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
In a moment here to look at the numbers for Burke, averaging 12 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hardaway's checked in to the inside. It's stolen by Davis. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Suns was superb. He finished with 22 points, and as he had the typical big game assist-wise, finding open men to come away with a healthy assist total, too. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Now here's Freak. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break.
I ain't gonna put it.
Vaughn, the pass to the great. The tray. Offensive rebound. Jazz trail by 12. Now here's Burke. 5 points in the game. Shot's good. Hayward's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And that one's good.
He had 5 points a game.
From beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game now is not
What you average a game?
to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
You have like 5.
The great after the basket by Utah. And that one's
We
good.
talk about
I
Park.
like the way they've picked it up here offensively in the second.
Yeah, up above 50% in terms of field goal percentage. They're on a roll.
Here's Burke. Again, the Jazz score.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Freak. Burke covering. Here's the Great. The shot no good. Great D that time from Favors. Pass to Burke for 3. Good. Burke's got 12 in the game. And we're through the first half of basketball here. It's been a good one. New Orleans on top, up by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City.
Barely because he's done. I'm on a 10-game win streak. I'm on a 10-game win streak. I'm on 2s. That means your game's fucked up.
That's why I have it down.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been one outstanding game from the Great.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
So for New Orleans right now, here's Torres. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. From deep three-point range, can't get it to go. So Utah will take it the other way.
How scared some
the
legends.
tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And one of the
That-
factors,
some legends not even good. Some
in that
legends not
game,
even
the
good.
lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Here's the Great. After Gordon Hayward's bucket, 3 on the clock. Here's Fulton. Sinks the triple. 7 points in the game.
Cut down.
Purdue's checked in for
He
Utah.
like, yep. We don't got uniforms at Austin.
There's 1:40 left to play in the third.
What school you go to?
Here's the Great.
What school you go
27
to?
points for him. With the teardrop. Passes to Holmes. And here's Freak. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Vaughn, the pass to the Great. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. The Great's got 30 points. Jazz trail by 5. The pass to McKnight to the left wing. The Jazz working
Hell
the ball
yeah.
around
I'm
now.
light-skinned.
Inside, Monsees. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Vaughn, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the car.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm the one that gets my fucking Xbox, bro. Put it on YouTube.
Cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And he gets it to go. And it's a 9-point Pelican lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
You go your own
And
underwear.
that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
They set the pick. Pass to Moody. And they get it. He lays it in. He's got 10.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Can't get it to go. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Burke carrying up in the backcourt. Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Then there's Favors, and it's Hayward, and it's Torres in at the 4 slot. That's the group right now for Utah. Now here's Hayward. 5 on the clock. Sinks that one from the post. Hayward's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Utah. Here's the great. The three-pointer, no good. Jazz trail by 5. Hayward dishes to Burke. Favors with the screen. Now, here's Burks. He's tightly guarded, and that one's good.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Now here's Davis. Cans the 12-footer. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
You need to buy some upgrades. Tattoo that now I'm 71 overall.
And stolen by Freak. And a fast break now for the Pelicans.
Right now, 51 overall. My center playmaker maxed out. That's why I be dribbling like that.
Good defensive work, aggressive play in the open.
And my effort matched
Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
And that one's good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Got a piece of it. Freak kicks to Davis. Fades away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And you really thought that was going to be a...
This is what they get. This is what they get. Learn your lesson, boys.
Gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pelicans?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Well, we out here just having fun, man, at the park. Like usual, just out here just having fun. These fights, bro. I broke this nigga so many times that it don't even make sense, man. We just out here playing.
And he sinks the second.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
On deep. And again, no good by New Orleans. Pass to Torres. Now here's Hayward. Defense right on him. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Pelicans leading by 4. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. This is to Freak. 4 on the clock. The tray, and he gets it to go. The great's got 33.
One of the big stories is second chance point. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
To the rag. Oh, my God.
We got to be more physical.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yeah, during that break, the head coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Don't do it to him, Chris. Check me out, this that one nigga again, but I'm gonna dump in the center. Yanking on it, man.
Takes it off the glass. And it's a 9-point Pelican lead.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach grew up.
And out of bounds is the Jazz. In possession. Barnes checked in for the Pelicans. Utah has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And the pass to Torres. Here's Favors, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now here's Freak. Burke covering. Steps back and fights. And
The
it's Freak
freak?
missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
In the corner, it's Hayward. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Now here's Freak. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. It's the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Here's Burke. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's 17 points for Trey Burke.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late. Talk about being on this game. Look at the numbers for the great. He has 35 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from three, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
Here's Burke. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Dishes it to Favors. And Davis pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 9. So we see New Orleans taking it.
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan player Freak. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.